Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. He's gone for goal! And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Well, at least he's not short on confidence. Trying from that sort of distance, why not?
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Ake. Rafael Leao. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And he's got the beating of his man.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Di Maria unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Pavlovic. And he has been fouled there. Neither side yet able to find the net. Isco. And it's Walker. Ake. Kyle Walker. The most accurate pass. Great vision. Walker spots it and intercepts. McAllister. And it's Walker. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Di Maria gets into a good position.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Elanga. Haaland. Thuram. Koulibaly. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Elanga. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
We're talking about creating a problem for yourself. OK, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Isco. To McAllister. And it's Di Maria. Now it's Lewandowski. Walker. McAllister. And it's Zaire Emery. Isco. And he's forced to go back. Here's Ake. And it's Walker. To McAllister. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Thuram. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Koulibaly. Ake. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Here's Rafael Leao. And it's Koulibaly. For Isco. And here's Lewandowski. Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! And that's caused a worry or two.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Long ball by the goalkeeper.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Zaire Emery. Isco. And it's McAllister. And here's Lewandowski. Lewandowski! It's hit the upright. Oh, good-looking ball. And the half-time whistle goes. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Mesdames et messieurs, je vous demande toute votre attention. Un petit garçon avec un sac à dos vert s'est perdu dans la foule. Ses parents sont priés de se manifester.
So off we go once more.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Hangs one in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Di Maria. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Zaire Emery. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Isco, chance here to counter. Now it's Lewandowski. Elanga. Now Saliba. And here's Thuram. Hernandez. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played.
Chance! And that is wildly off target.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Still waiting for the game to take off here, 0-0. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That is good alertness. Elanga.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Fabian Ruiz. Tries to play it through. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Back they go. Now it's Thuram. There's the shot! A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Haaland. Onana gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Hernandez. And it's Isco. Rafael Leao. Now it's Lewandowski. Pavlovic. And that's gone loose. Rafael Leao touches it back. Zaire Emery. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Kashima Antlers are stuck in central station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
It's a mighty effort! Loose ball now. Oh, he's been... And again! Really well taken goal.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Quality ball. And here's Isco. Rafael Leao. Now the ball in. And they can counter here.
Lyon have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Lyon leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. The final 5 minutes. Very much into the last knockings. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Shapes to shoot! And he hits the net! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Isco. And we're done. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Haaland, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. That's been intercepted. Now he's got space here. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this guy, Theo Hernandez, for me, has evolved into one of the best fullbacks, Peter. Certainly in terms of attacking contributions, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone as good as he is in the final third, especially with the movement that allows him to receive the ball in those little pockets of space.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Rafael Leao, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played into space. Danilo gets over and intercepts. Lewandowski! That's a half-decent try.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Now it's Thuram. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Onana gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Hernandez. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Haaland tries making a foray down the right. And here's Haaland. That's a good run down the left.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And this is Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Now, who's going to be first to this? Lyon are looking unguarded here, just about getting away with it.
It's just a perfect example of why they can't afford to lose the ball.
And here's Lewandowski.
Lewandowski really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Pinches it off him. That's a lovely, neat pass. Lyon, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And he's intervened well there. Kyle Walker. And Zaire Emery. McAllister. And it's Di Maria. Over to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Koulibaly. Ake. Now it's Rafael Leao. Pavlovic. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, what has happened here? Fabian Ruiz. Here's Doku. Searching pass he's played there. And that is as far as they're going to go. Hernandez. A goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And it's McAllister. Zaire Emery. To Isco. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. Pavlovic. Haaland, distributed tidily. Now it's Fabian Ruiz. It's a pretty loose pass.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good-looking ball. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How would you review the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Changement pour l'Olympique Lyonnais. Le numéro 20. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 15.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Lyon really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Lewandowski. Oh, just Lewandowski! Marvellous goal!
Well, what a time for the captain to step up and put his team in front again, but while it doesn't necessarily guarantee a win here, it's a wonderful early boost in this second half.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Lyon different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Marco Verratti. Great vision. No, he's just misjudged that one. Hernandez. Now it's Rafael Leao. And it's Ruiz. Kashima Antlers appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's playing...
Takes a shot! They've scored! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Lyon do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, easy pickings there.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Pass is just off target. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Kyle Walker. And it's Di Maria. To McAllister. And this is Lewandowski.
Lewandowski really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Just eases him off the ball. Caught offside that time. Koulibaly. Hernandez. Rafael Leao. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
McAllister. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Marco Verratti. He's had it taken off him. Kashima Antlers can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And it's Zaire Emery. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Pass somewhat off target. Isco running with the ball. Pavlovic. That has not gone well. McAllister. Danilo spots it and intercepts. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can...
He's having a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
And it's Verratti. Passing is crisp and sharp. Tries to pass it through. Marco Verratti.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Has a shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Changement pour l'Olympique Lyonnais. Le numéro 8.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Le numéro 9. Attention, changement.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Martinelli. Now it's Lewandowski. And this is Gnabry. Lucas Paqueta. Looking for the run.
Additionnel, 3 minutes.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Fabian Ruiz. He's in a great position here. Lucas Paqueta. Looking to play him in. Gnabry providing an outlet on that flank. That's a decent clearance. And there goes the final whistle. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Forwards and with intent. Looking to play him in. Chance, surely! He's scored! And Kashima Antlers take the lead. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. McAllister. Zaire Emery. And it's Isco. And it's Hernandez. Isco. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's headed upfield. That's a throw. Stood up well to him there.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Pass somewhat off target. Pressing high and with purpose. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Koulibaly. And back to the goalkeeper.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it Just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to...
That's rather hopeful.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the...
Takes a shot! Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Pavlovic. Doku. And it's Ruiz. And Danilo. And it's Ruiz. He's had a shot! Haaland! That is brilliant! A finish of true class! And the comeback is complete!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Lyon go into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Zaire Emery. Now that looks a decent ball. Talisca! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Chance! He scored! And they're at it again in double quick time. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Lyon go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
And here's Di Maria. It'll be a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. And there is the half-time whistle.
Lyon are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say, deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. That gets things going for the second half. Isco. Thiago Silva. And it's McAllister. And Zaire Emery. Hernandez. And it's Isco. And Zaire Emery. And here's Lewandowski. Fabian Ruiz. Doku. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Talisca picks it up out wide. Doku. He's going for goal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Corner number 2 then. Oh, smashing header! Kashima Antlers have the chance to go the other way. Isco. And Hernandez. And it's Isco. Zaire Emery. And here's Lewandowski. Ito did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Decent progress down the left. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Fabian Ruiz. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Pavlovic gets across and deals with it. The referee's awarded a free kick. Di Maria ready to try one. So the perfect chance to get one back. And this is Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Well, now it's a race for the ball. McAllister's cross.
That's good defensive concentration.
Koulibaly. Out to the left it goes. And it's Isco. And Zaire Emery passing nice and neat. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Kashima Antlers really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Changement pour l'Olympique Lyonnais. Le numéro
We have got
94.
changes here from both
Le
sides, in
numéro
fact.
11. À leur place, le numéro 7.
Doku deals with that comfortably. And the ball's gone astray. Very nicely done. Lyon do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Isco. Now, can they get... Great chance!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
He's having a hit! McAllister. Kashima Antlers couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Balde. Rafael Leao. And it's Isco. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Koulibaly gets a foot in here. And it's Lewandowski. Shifted upfield. Doku. Lyon are looking to break at pace. Pavlovic pinches it off him. And he's worked it through. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's managed to get free. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's fabulous. Played in deep. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Foot in. Pavlovic.
Temps additionnel.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Chance to deliver. He's got full. He's found the way. Chance for a shot. Nicely aimed pass. And that will be it. Lyon have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
They've taken advantage of some complacency, Peter, but if you're offered a chance to do that, then you've got to be ready to pounce.